Do you know what UX design is? Perhaps we can ask a few students in the UX design program at Purdue University. What is UX design?
What is UX design?
It's when you design for the user experience.
So UX is the study of people. So basically, like you're creating a new experience for those people who have certain problems in life, like create an application, a website, whatever being the case. Damn, I can't speak English. Cut that out.
UX is creating like interfaces and experiences that are more immersive and interactive than like previous experiences.
UX design is the study of usability and helping others, usually within web experiences or apps, to make things easier to use for people.
So basically, UX, in my own words, I don't know where this is going, but UX is just, it's all about the experience of any kind of products, whether it's digital or physical. So think about like your emotions that involve what you're creating or like experiencing a product. What does that feel like? That's UX. It's not really about the visuals or the items used, it's about the overall experience, period.
So we can describe UX design as designing for users or people and their experiences, their interactions and emotions with the product. Simple enough, right? Let's ask some UX design professors how they would describe UX.
I'd say it's about understanding people, their situations, their needs, and the environments in which they live, work, operate, etc. And then providing experiences, artifacts, and services that improve those intersection of those things. So whether it's providing things that are helping people work better, more efficiently in a certain situation, providing something that's going to entertain people, providing something that's going to help people communicate more efficiently. The core of it is understanding people, understanding their context, their environments, their situations, and then being able to envision things, to be able to design things that are going to make those better.
Okay.
I like to think about sort of this design eye that we all have, even though we might not be trained experts. And so everyone has had an experience with technology that sucks. And we might be aware of exactly why it sucks, or we might just know that something is off and it could be better. And so I feel like UX taps into that knowledge that we all have about whether we're having a great experience or whether we're having a sort of crappy experience. And UX design is the force that helps us to reimagine those experiences as something maybe completely different, transcendent even, or maybe just something that's just a little bit improved that reduces the friction and makes life a little bit easier to work with using some form of technology.
So we've seen that many people have their own definitions of UX design, but it all comes back to the designing for users and their experience. An article on usertesting.com sums up the definition well. UX design is the process of designing digital or physical products that are useful, easy to use, and delightful to interact with. It's about enhancing the experience that people have while interacting with your product and making sure they find value in what you are providing. Now that we have a definition of UX design, how would we even go about designing an experience? A general overview of a UX design process might look like this. First, you would define the problem space. It may be a problem or a new area to design and new and wanted experience for. Also, keep in mind who this experience is for, which would be your user group. Then you would research this problem space and its user group. It is important to get both primary and secondary research. Primary research may be interviews with users or observations of their lives. Secondary research can consist of a competitive analysis or gathering information from online and other research reports. Then you would analyze this research to find important key takeaways. This stage is highly important to the UX design process, as it is where you really understand your users and their needs, which will guide your design. This step can also be called an empathy stage. Next would be to ideate. From your research, you may brainstorm potential solutions to your problem space by sketching and sharing ideas with your team. Then, from these ideas and sketches, you may start wireframing to define a structure and flow of your solution. This can be done on paper or digital tools, such as Figma or Adobe XD. Prototypes can also be made as higher quality mock-ups of your solution with working interactions. Then you would evaluate your solution by testing and getting feedback from users. You can find problems in your solution or more insights and suggestions by having them interact with your prototypes. Gathering this feedback can help you design a better solution. Finally, you might iterate over any or all of these steps in this process. This can be more research, ideation, prototyping, and testing. It is important that you iterate in this process to be able to design the best experience for your users. As shown with iterations, this process is not linear. You may go about these steps in any order depending on the situation, but this process shows the general steps a UX designer may take. This is a basic overview of what UX design is and the process of UX design. Learn more about UX at Purdue and other applications of UX design in the following videos on our website.